In this lesson, we're going to be practicing building out our XML HTTP request. So what we need is a blank file. So we're going to be loading a local text file. So we're going to just do typical hello world and save this as, or we'll call it simple.txt. Open up our window there, go back to our main page. So now we know that we've created a file called simple.txt, and you can actually have any type of file. It actually doesn't matter what the extension is for this example. So go ahead and create a file that you want to load the contents of into your web page. So the objective of this lesson is to click the button, load, and once the button gets clicked, we're going to output the contents of that simple text into the output element. So first of all, we need to create our object, so our XHR object, and we can call it new XML HTTP request. And just like in the earlier lessons, we know that we need to open, so we need to specify what we want to open, and we're just using get to open something up, because we simply want to read the contents of simple.txt. And we'll keep it asynchronous, so the default is true as well. And then now we know we need to send our request. So let's try that out. Refresh, send, and we don't see anything. So why don't we see anything happening? And that's because we haven't added anything in order to respond to the data that's coming back. So we know that the ready state will change as we're sending out our request, and that's what we're going to be listening for. So on ready state change, so that's the method that we're listening for within the object. So the XHR, the XML HTTP request object is firing this off as it's changing the different states, making connections to the server. And we want to make sure that we do have a connection to the server. So we want to make sure that the ready state value is 4 in order to proceed with trying to get data back. And we also want to make sure that the status is 200, because then we know that we've established our connection and that the server has responded with something. So once we've done that, we know that at this point, we're ready to make use of our content. And the content is coming back as response text. So now what we can do is we can output it in our inner HTML of our output area, and we can just output the response text value. So let's try this out and see what happens. So refresh, load, and we see hello world. So it's actually getting this content directly from the text file that we had created. So it's not anywhere written on the initial instance of the page, and it shows up afterwards once we make our request, our HTTP request, and we pull that information back. So try this out for yourself. Open up your editor and create a simple file with some content in it that you want to pull back that content and load it into your web page, and try it out for yourself. Create your XML HTTP request, pull back that information, and update one of your elements on your web page. So next, we're going to be going back to loading external content, because there's a lot of great JSON content that's available online, and we're going to be making use of it in the upcoming lessons as we show you how to do fetch, how to do your AJAX call with jQuery, as well as some other ways to pull in your JSON data via AJAX. So all of that is coming up.